Hi, I'm Barry Diamond, and welcome to From the Barstool. Check out these guys. I like them. They are High Valley. Here's their current single, She's With Me.
She was there, doing our sound, selling our merchandise, potty training our kids when we were in an 87 Ford Econoline van driving circles around North America. She has been there way before anybody ever played us on the radio, and I wrote a song about her and how she's stuck with me through this whole ride, and it's called She's With Me, and thank you guys so much for supporting it right now.
Yes, she's with me. Ain't she amazing, amazing? Out of my league, ain't crazy, crazy. She happened to me, she calls me baby, baby. Hard to believe that she's with me. When my dreams are running out of road, turning cold. Anyone else would have believed, but she's with me. Ain't she amazing, amazing? Out of my league, ain't it crazy, crazy? She happened to me and she calls me baby, baby. Hard to believe that she's with me. Top of the mountain all the way down. When I'm lost and when I'm found, in the day, the light, in the dark, in the night, when it all goes wrong, when it all goes right. Whoa, I don't know what I'd do without her. Whoa, she's got me, know I'm all about her. She's amazing, amazing. Ain't she amazing, amazing? Ain't she amazing, amazing? Out of my league, crazy, crazy. She happened to me and she calls me baby, baby. Hard to believe that she's with me. Ain't she amazing, amazing? That girl, she's out there, crazy, crazy. She happened to me and she told me baby, baby. Hard to believe that she's with me. She's with me. Yeah, top of the mountain all the way down. When I'm lost and when I'm found. In the day, the light, in the dark, in the night, when it all goes wrong, when it all goes right. The top of the mountain all the way down. When I'm lost and when I'm found. In the day, in the light, in the dark, in the night, when it all goes wrong, when it all goes right.
And the world's starting to embrace bluegrass a little more, so we're loving it.
And if anybody here is a true bluegrasser, I just want to say, we don't pretend to think we actually know how to play bluegrass music, okay? We could never do all those solos and stuff, but we're a country band that was inspired by that kind of stuff. A lot of, after later on in life, our sisters got a CD player, and we were able to quit listening to records. And in the year 2000, our town got an FM radio station, and the first song we ever heard was Smash Mouth, Hey Now You're an All-Star. So I'm not making this up. Anything that came out before Smash Mouth, we never heard. So last year, our attorney for Christmas bought us the 20 most famous CDs that we'd never heard. And there was, all of you guys would know all this stuff, but there was...
We can't list all the artists because we still don't know.
I can name some of the band names like Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith. Yeah, there was probably a beat. Mom and Dad had a Beatles record. They did, yeah. But so we missed out on all that stuff, but we gravitated towards Diamond Rio and Shenandoah and Black Hawk, and more recently kind of Dierks Bentley, Miranda Lambert, that kind of stuff. And we're learning about all the cool music as fast as we can right now. So, and I did screenshot our hometown, by the way, because this is usually a question if anybody had dared to raise their hands and ask a question. Curtis said we're from super far north, and people always ask how cold it gets up there. On Christmas morning, I was not there. We were down south, but I took a screenshot on my phone of the temperature in Lacrete, Alberta. It was, with the wind chill, it was minus 51. So my kids haven't been in school in Nashville for 36 days because of the dreadful winter storm of it's 67 degrees right now at home. And they're still not at school, and basketball practice was canceled yesterday.
Well, you know, that chance for a winter storm's coming, so they shut everything down.
I'll be the soldier out on the front line. You be the courage, my heart to fight. Imagine being from West Virginia and having to spend your entire life traveling around hearing about Canada all your life. That's crazy. We love them for it. You know, I don't know if anybody caught on earlier when Curtis was talking about having no radio growing up in our whole background, but I guess we should probably let the cat out of the bag. We do have a bit of a secret. We grew up as Mennonites. Anybody know what Mennonites are? Oh yeah. That's the
highest percentage we've ever seen.
That's pretty good. That's awesome. Well, then you know that Mennonites like us are basically like Amish people who are too cheap to buy the costume. That's pretty much exactly how it is, honestly. But our mom and dad were born and raised down in Mexico, believe it or not. Don't ever tell this story to your listeners because it's way too confusing, but I'll walk you through it. Our mom and dad were born and raised in Mexico, old colony Mennonites. It's basically super old school, horse and buggy, no electricity, all that stuff. And our grandpa bought a truck, and I'm not making this up. As a result of buying a truck, they got excommunicated from the church and kicked out of the colony. And he did the logical thing I think that anybody here would have done. He packed up his wife and kids on the box of that huge grain truck, and they drove from Mexico to Canada. Makes sense, right? So, and to make matters weirder and more confusing, we grew up speaking German. Our first language is German. That's just what Mennonites do. So we'd love to sing you any of our songs in German at a later date. That'll be a separate conference. But so just if you're keeping track, we are officially
We're sort of like mutts.
Yeah.
We're just really confusing.
Low German speaking Mexican Mennonite Northern Canadians living in the deep south. Okay? Makes perfect sense. But there you go. Went out and bet the farm on High Valley. He literally took a mortgage against his farmland and spent that on flying us out to Nashville to cut our first record down there. And kind of unbelievable and quite crazy. But tonight we'd like to dedicate this song to that man for sticking his neck out for us, because that man is our dad, and this song is all about him. For the longest time he was the kind that just didn't understand. Hard to read, hard to please, yeah, that was my old man. On the day I left for college, it was nothing new. We never had that heart to heart, he had too much to do. He checked the air in my tires, the belts and all the spark plug wires. Said, when was the last time? Yeah, this oil changed. And as I pulled out the drive, said, be sure to call your mom sometime. Didn't hear it then, but I hear it now. He was saying, I love you, the only way he knew it how. Well, some
That is High Valley. In fact, they're overseas right now on their worldwide tour. Hey, thank you for joining us today. From the Barstool, I'm Barry Diamond.